Okay, hello, welcome. We have this Skate or Die. I love this guy's channel. He makes funny videos. Brutally honest skateboarding advice. You know, this is kind of like targeted to beginners, I believe, and skateboarding is something that's very objective. It's like, can you ollie? Yes or no? Can you kickflip? Yes or no? There's not much kind of like interpretation for whether you're doing it or not. It's like you either do it or you don't. So skaters are kind of good at viewing themselves objectively, as well as kind of like analyzing a situation. Can I ollie the 10 stair? It's like, yes, I can. I'm going to try. I did it. Can I ollie it? I tried. I broke my wrist. All right, I guess I couldn't do it. Skaters kind of like tune in. I would say in general, skaters are pretty good at objectively thinking about their skills. So let's see what some brutally honest skateboarding advice sounds like. And let's see what our fellow skate or die guy has to say.
Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another video, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of a throwback, as I do not think I've done a tip video in a very long time. If you're a beginner or somebody that is looking to get into skateboarding, then this video is definitely for you. And if you enjoy my videos just for my memes and humor or whatever, then there's a bit of that in here too. So anyway, let's just get started with this video already. And up first, we have number 1, you will not get girls from skateboarding. Now,
okay, so the point of this is like, he's going to say the brutal honest advice, and then I'm going to say whether I think it's true or not, okay?
Oh, I know, I'm sorry, I probably broke a lot of dreams out there, but unless you're a pro skater with Nike checks coming in a big mansion and a Lambo, the amount of girls that you pull will only depend on your game, and it won't depend on the fact that you skateboard or you don't. It's kind of like those guys that get nice cars or motorcycles because I think that girls will find them more attractive because of it. Or it's like lifting, where guys think if they're super jacked, then girls are gonna like them, when in reality, the only people complimenting you are gonna be guys. So basically, don't get into skateboarding just because you think it's gonna get you girls, because it just doesn't. Or at least you definitely will not get girls if you're not good at skateboarding. Although still, at the end of the day, it's probably still going to be your boys that are going to be hyping you up after you land a nice trick, and not some hot girl. I don't know.
Okay, big claim. Out the gate comes in extremely hot like that. I felt like he would have put something more mellow as the first one, rather than just extreme interesting. But anyway, did skateboarding in my life impress girls? I would say, like, especially when you're like young in high school, probably like a little bit, I think. I feel like it's a desirable thing to be good at something. I would say when you're younger, in your teens, like maybe early 20s, people are like, whoa, skater, you're good at skating? That's kind of like, you're a cool person that's doing this interesting thing. I think maybe that is kind of in that one. Maybe when you're older, when you're like 32 or up, maybe they're like, what's this fool doing playing with his toy when he should be working a job, making money, raising a family or whatever. But I would definitely advise you in your life to never undertake something that just in the idea of trying to get girls. That's stupid. If you want to skate, learn to skate. If you like skateboarding, go skateboarding. You should never start skateboarding or learning guitar or learning anything with the idea of like, yeah, girls will like me if I do this thing. Yeah, I'm going to be good at cooking class. Yeah, I think that's not a good way to live. I think you should try to be the best person you can be. You should try to be desirable to, you know, the opposite sex or whatever. But I don't think you should be like, I'm going to dedicate my life to learning this hobby of skating, of learning how to tray flip to try to impress girls. I think that's insane, you know? Like, do people really do that? I know Mowgli said he got into skating originally with him and his boys, saying, yeah, we're gonna get so many girls. To me, that's so funny. I guess I started skating so young that, like, that was completely off my radar, like, at all. I just really liked skating. But yeah, I don't know. I think kind of a wild take to just be out the gate like that.
If you're a beginner, do not go to the skate park during peak hours. Now, if you've watched some of my other tip videos, you have probably heard me say this one before, and you might hear a few other familiar points further in the video, but that is because there's only so much skateboarding tips and advice that I can give out before I start getting repetitive. But if I am repeating it, then it does mean that it is probably important, and this one definitely is. So anyway, what is this one about? Why shouldn't beginners go to skate parks during peak hours? Well, it is for a very simple reason, and that is that it is just too busy. If you're trying to progress and if you're trying to learn, then going to the skate park during peak hours is not the most efficient use of your time. Now, if you're in some skate park in the middle of nowhere in Montana, where it's super
Shout out
open
Montana.
and the park is big and there's not a whole lot of people there, you know, and everybody can skate together at once, and obviously that's fine. But if you're in a very crammed small skate park with like 20 people sessioning it all at once, everybody trying to get a line in, then you could be there for a whole hour and only get 10 minutes of skating in. Whereas if you went there a little bit earlier in the day, or even in the morning, if you want to have the park completely to yourself, well then you could have gotten almost a whole hour of skating in while you're there for an hour itself. On top of that, if you're a beginner, a rush hour skate park is not exactly the most friendly place to be at, because if you don't know the pattern of the park and you don't know the way that people are going and whose turn it is, then you might snake somebody, you might get someone's way, and you might cause
I got a lot
somebody to
to
get
say on
hurt,
this
or
one.
you just
I'll
might
let him finish
annoy
though.
somebody. And it's just better to watch by the sidelines, because during the peak hours of the skate park is when you'll see a lot of really cool tricks being done, and it's a whole
Yeah,
different
Dane
experience
Bowman?
seeing a trick
Wait,
being done
what?
in person.
It's interesting. He credits Dane Bowman because I guess Dane Bowman filmed this, but this is
And it's a
of
whole
Gabriel
different experience
Summers.
seeing a trick being done in
So,
person
I don't know, kinda
versus
weird.
online. But while I'm on the subject of new skaters, I should also mention that do not be afraid to go to a skate park if you are new. I know for a lot of you it might be very intimidating because you might think that everybody's going to be better than you, and you're going to think that people are going to be watching you, and people might judge you because you're not good, and they might think that you're a poser. And I'm just here to assure you that we are watching you. And if you don't do a flip trick out of a grind this instant, then you will be banished from the skate park. But let me just assure you
What the
that
heck?
the skate community is not really like that.
He's going
Sure,
on
there might
this
be
number
a few
2.
parks here and there that have a bad rep, but for the most part, wherever you go, everybody's gonna be pretty kind and respectful to you, unless you're being disrespectful to them. And you are way more likely to have somebody go up to you and give you a tip, or, you know, give you some advice on something that you're doing, than to have somebody go up to you and be disrespectful to you, or, you know, verbally assault you or whatever. It just doesn't happen really.
He's
But if you're
really
still nervous,
going
then
on
I'm
and
still
on
just
about
looking for you,
this.
and that would be just going in the mornings. Literally anytime before 12 o'clock, all the skaters are still
17.
sleeping, and
I
the
feel like
kids
he's
are
just
still in
saying the
school,
same things.
So the skate parks are pretty much absolutely empty. They're devoid of any human life. And that is my favorite time to go, and that is honestly, I think, the best time to go skate, because you just have the whole park to yourself, and you can work on whatever you want without worrying about getting in someone's
Yeah.
way, or worrying about whose turn it is.
He's lost track
or
of
just any
time.
of that. It's just a lot more
I
relaxing.
like his videos,
Although
though.
it is a
Oh
very
my
fun vibe
God.
to go there when it's busy as well, so you should experience both worlds, ideally. Anyway, on to the next point.
Oh my goodness. Should a beginner avoid going to the skate park out of fear of getting in other people's way? Absolutely not. That is terrible take. Don't do that. If you go to the skate park in peak hours, will you personally find it harder to skate? Yes, because there's more people. Will you feel intimidated because you're a beginner and everyone else seems so good and so proficient? Yeah, maybe a little bit. But should you never go in the peak hours? No, absolutely not. I think you should go for 2 different reasons. You want to really practice your tricks, really skate the whole park and have it all to yourself. Go when no one's there, in the morning, during work hours, or whatever. Have a great session. But I would definitely say go during the peak times, go to an event when there's insane amount of people, and like make friends in your local community. I think that's a really important thing that me as a skater, I kind of neglected for a long time. All I cared about was skating. I didn't really care about being a part of the skate community in my area or making friends. That was like secondary thing that accidentally happened. All I cared about was doing tricks. I want to get better. I want to skate. So I think it kind of depends what you want, but I would never say, don't go, stay away. People are going to judge you. I think that's insane. And elite skaters, when they look at someone, they can basically see how they push on the board and then be like, okay, I have a pretty good indication of their skill level. It's not that they're judging you, and it's not that it's bad to have low skill level. It doesn't really matter. But they will acknowledge your skill level immediately and just say, oh, there's a beginner. Oh, that person is okay. Oh, that person is really good. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just they're observing the world around them. So I don't think you need to worry about that. And like they said, if I'm at the skate park, if everyone else is at the skate park, they see someone trying to learn to kickflip and they're struggling, maybe you say, wow, you're getting close. Like, do you want some tips? And then give them the tips, you know. Dude wouldn't pass police at the traffic stop. Dang. I like this guy. And Mike said, is this video old? Yeah, this video is 2 years old. Okay, He's only done 2 and he's 4 minutes 38 in.
And that is that being comfortable on your board is more
Australia.
important than learning tricks. When a lot of people start skateboarding, they instantly want to learn how to do tricks. They want to learn how to do a kick flip, tray flip, laser flip, whatever. But in reality, tricks are the last thing you should prioritize learning on your skateboard. Before anything, you want to feel comfortable, so when you first get your board, learn how to turn, push, and stop. Once you get those down, just commute on your skateboard. Ride around your town, ride around your neighborhood, literally just ride around wherever you want. And if you want to make your ride a little bit smoother, get some cruiser wheels so that way you don't have to worry about cracks or rocks, and your ride is just going to be a whole lot smoother and enjoyable. Once you feel comfortable just cruising around, start learning some of the very basic tricks that there are in skateboarding, such as the ollie, the manual, the power slide, very basic tricks. Smoother and enjoyable. Once you feel comfortable just cruising around, start learning some of the very basic tricks that there are in skateboarding, such as the ollie, the manual, the power slide, and the revert. These tricks are nice to learn first because the ollie is what almost all skateboard tricks are based off of. The manuals will improve your balance, and with reverts and power slides, you can eventually learn how a power slide to slow down, and you can just add more style to your tricks later on down the road. Around this time is when you should also start going to skate parks more often, and then learn how to drop in, rock to fakie, and ollie up or down obstacles. Although you can do that on
Fremont, that's what it used to look like.
Fakie, and ollie up or down.
What, the concrete? It's so much more like faded, the concrete. That's so dark there. Now it's like white.
Down obstacles, although you can do that on the street as well. And once you are finally comfortable doing all of this, then you should have a very good connection with your feet to your board, and it's going to be easier for you to learn new tricks as you progress further on. By now you should also have a better idea of what kind of skateboarding you'll actually enjoy. Some people like doing rails, other people like mini ramps, other people like bombing hills, and other people like flying through the sky in mega ramps, although it's probably not what you're doing, but if it is, that's pretty cool. Sign me up, please.
I mean, he's right.
Basically, it's important just to build a good solid base before you really start branching out and trying out different types of tricks in skateboarding, because if you start learning tricks too early, you might introduce some bad habits into your skateboarding. But most importantly, by learning the basics first, you'll get yourself very comfortable on your board, making you more balanced, confident, and it will make you learn new tricks a whole lot faster. Speaking of learning, I am proud to present our sponsor for today's video, which is
Am I wrong? He's only done 3 and we're 7 minutes in of a 10-minute video. Okay, so what he's saying there is he's saying, I believe, so this is brutally honest skate advice. He's saying, hey, most people prioritize tricks too early rather than learning riding. Do I agree with that? Yes. That sounds reasonable. I think that's spot on. I'm so surprised that it took us 8 minutes to get to number 4. What's he gonna do? Like, how is he gonna do this?
Up next is do not buy into skateboarding marketing hype. When you first start skateboarding, the algorithms will pick it up, and you're gonna start getting a lot of ads for skateboarding related products. Now, most of it is just regular skateboard brands posting their ads. But for some of them, it is these very weird, small, like niche Shopify stores that sell absurd
if this is going to be skater trainers, I'm 100% with him.
Skateboarding products, if you just put it that way.
Skate trainers,
For example, the board stand. You don't need the board stand. It's a stupid invention. It's just like you could put your board on the wall instead of putting it on the board stand, you know?
On the wall?
It's a waste of money. Waste of money, waste of resources. You don't need the board stand. It's just stupid. Or skate trainers. These make you basically not move while you're learning your tricks.
No disrespect to skate trainers, but I do not like them at all.
Tricks stationary in the first place because it's better to learn them moving, because then you can do them while you're actually moving, which is when you're going to be doing most tricks. You know, you don't usually stop in the middle of a line and then do a trick and then keep going. You usually just keep on moving and do tricks while you're moving. So basically, skate trainers, you don't need those. Those are probably not good for your skateboarding in the first place. And there's so many examples of these weird skateboarding related products that I could honestly make an entire video.
There is a lot.
So if you guys want me to do that, let me know down below. And
bro, we are at 9 minutes. We got 1 minute left. Wait, no, I'm crazy. This wasn't even 10 things. This was just brutally honest advice. Bro, I'm tripping. I'm the one that's tripping. Why did I think this was a list of 10? Yo, he's ending it right now. He's wrapping it up. Bro, I'm such an idiot. Dude, that was on me.
The only thing that you need to skateboard is a skateboard and maybe some shoes. That's it. You don't need anything else. You don't need any fancy gadget or fancy tool or anything that you think is going to help you, because it's not. The only thing that'll help you is just being consistent and skating a lot. And number 5 is
He
being
said everything
consistent
and
is
nothing.
a secret to being good at skateboarding. Take it from me, from somebody that is not very talented and not very consistent. I suck. And okay, yeah, I'm not completely terrible. I think I could still be worse. But by no means is my skateboarding pleasant on the eyes. It's just more of a man trying not to fall while standing on a board. Now, progressing and getting better in skateboarding is fun for me, but that's not the only thing I really care about. I just kind of like to sometimes go out and enjoy the tricks that I can already do. But if for you, progressing in skateboarding is very important, then the only way to really do it is just by being consistent and skating every day. It's really just as simple as that. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you learned something new. Anyway, that's all I have for now, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.
Peace out. I like this guy. Yeah, I agree with his take that you do not need gimmicky products. You don't need some product that's going to help you train ollies. There's only one way. There is only one official way to train ollies, and that is to try ollies. If you want to get better at skating, go skating, you know? So yeah, I fully agree with him there. You don't need a board stand. I've never bought a board stand in my entire life, and I feel like it would probably be the easiest thing to make as well, rather than buying.